Hello everyone and welcome back to Scorpio Tech. In this video we're going to take a look at why you should go Pro with the new line of iPhones. In a recent video I had the chance to test out the base model iPhone 13 and whilst I absolutely loved using it, I would have struggled to have recommended an upgrade if you were currently using say an iPhone 11 or 12. However, the iPhone 13 Pro feels incredibly more worthwhile as an upgrade over the previous generation of iPhones thanks to its A15 Bionic chip, 120Hz ProMotion display which is probably my favourite upgrade this year, as well as the updated cameras including the incredible new macro mode which we're going to take a closer look at in this video. Starting off with the unboxing, the phone comes in a very slim and simplistic box showcasing the phone's size and colour on the front. Inside, as with all iPhones now, there is no included charging plug, so you've either got to use one you've had lying around, buy one directly from Apple if you can afford the premium, or go to someone like Anker that sells cheaper and faster charging alternatives. Of course, inside you do have your typical paperwork, sticker and lightning to USB Type-C cable, although due to new ruling, Apple may soon have to adopt USB Type-C on all their phones, so watch this space. I have to admit I really love the design of the iPhone 13 Pro. This model I'm using is silver but has more of a white finish to it with silver accents which I absolutely love. Unlike the base model iPhone 13, the back of the Pro has a really nice textured glass backing and reflective stainless steel edge similar to what we've seen in recent years on the iPhone 11 and 12 Pros. The only real downside to this is that the sides are a fingerprint magnet but nowhere near as bad as the glossy finish on the base model 13. Other design changes include the notch at the top of the phone being narrower but also slightly taller than it has been previously, as well as the distinctly large camera bump thanks to the new camera upgrades. The addition of the 120Hz ProMotion technology on the gorgeous Super Retina XDR display made this screen an absolute joy to use and made my current iPhone 11 Pro Max and even the base model iPhone 13 feel a bit dated. Apple may have taken their time to get there, but it's absolutely been worth the wait. Although macro mode isn't going to appeal to everyone, it absolutely blew my mind. The macro mode kicks in automatically when close to an object, which can be seen by a sudden camera shift. On camera now I'm comparing my 11 Pro Max to the 13 Pro. As you can see, the 11 Pro Max simply cannot focus when close to a subject, whereas the iPhone 13 Pro allows you to get within millimeters and still maintain a sharp focus. This feature allows you to see things like you've never seen them before and opens up a whole new world of creativity for photographers and videographers looking to use their iPhone to get creative. And whilst the video was fun to play around with, the images I managed to capture in my short test were just honestly mind-blowing. I mean, look at this, it's just a cable but in a way we've never been able to see on iPhones before. Again, with the fine details we miss out on such as this PlayStation 5 controller grip, a handcrafted keycap and even things as simple as Velcro. And as I said, this is not going to be of interest to everyone, but it is a fantastic feature regardless. As for the general camera, they have a telephoto lens with a focal length of 2.8, a wide lens with a focal length of 1.5 and an ultra wide lens with a focal length of 1.8. Every single picture I took came out really well, with the most noticeable improvement being in low light scenarios. As for video, you can record up to 4K 60fps with HDR thanks to Dolby Vision. Of course, with the all new iPhone 13s there is also the new brilliant cinematic mode which I showcased in the base model video recently. Again, compared to my 11 Pro Max, the iPhone 13 Pro performed much better in low light whilst recording. I thought it'd be fun to take a quick trip down memory lane, so here we have the iPhone 4S, 6S Plus and the iPhone 13 Pro. I would show you the 11 Pro Max, but that's what I'm using to record this video. It is interesting to see how things have changed over the years, but the standout features are the loss of the home button and the incredible advancement in the camera technology. As I stated earlier, for me, the main reason you should go Pro this year, aside from the cameras that is the 120Hz ProMotion display. It is extremely hard to showcase on video as I can only upload to YouTube in 60 frames per second, but the fluidity of the iPhone 13 Pro truly makes it feel special and significantly different from the base model iPhone 13. In slow motion you can see that the 60Hz display appears much more jittery compared with the smoothness of the iPhone 13 Pro. Things like browsing Instagram and just general phone usage and opening apps feel so much better than they have ever done before on an iPhone. In conclusion, if you're interested in getting a new iPhone this year, it has to either be the 13 Pro or 13 Pro Max. It feels much more tech-filled and impressive compared with the base model iPhone 13, and at the time of using that I thought that was a great phone. But after having the chance to use both, for me it's either Pro or nothing, especially if you already have an iPhone 11 or 12. I hope you enjoyed this video showcasing the iPhone 13 Pro, and I'd love to invite you all to join my Discord server to talk about all things technology. Link down below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.